you're dead to me. That's how I feel when I get these red trades, guys. These stocks are dead to me. No, I'm just kidding. I know better. I know that it can go down on one trade and 5 minutes later just spike right back up. So I know better. I know I'm going to keep on trading. But guys, it's a red day recap, so stay tuned. AKLI was my first trade of the day. Got myself a nice little green trade and a little cushion to start trading with. And it was not a high quality setup. As we can zoom in and see here, this is the level that I took, close above the 150, which I mentioned both in chat as well as in our BB Key Levels channel. Closed above that 150. I got in there in live and voice, got myself a nice scalperoonie up into our targets of 162, 163, and then 176, 180, and we hit a high of 195. So we basically filled the gap all the way to $2. So we had a cluster of resistance above. After that, I told you guys in chat, wasn't really feeling this one anymore, so I was happy to get that little scalp there. But because of the setup that we have right here, we know that this is not A+, this is not high quality, and therefore I took a smaller size, so I got a smaller size gain, and that's okay. It was a nice little cushion to start my day out. Next, I traded AKAN, and this one was a nice green trade as well, but same idea. I did not go extremely heavy, and the reason for it is because we had a pretty choppy looking chart here. You can see it wasn't all that consistent with volume. As you can see, these candles here are not white. We want to see these white candles, which are those breakout candles, right? So we got to close above these levels over here. We did get some volume. We hit our target, yes, but what did we have? We had that bullish vertical trend again. That's our red flag letting us know, hey, needs a breather, needs to cool off a little bit. We're a little on the bullish side, needs to cool off. And sure enough, short sellers took advantage and it fell back down all the way down to this area, this level 205, which I don't buy that anticipation trade, but we can see the volume was pretty sporadic and inconsistent. It came back up. Now, as it came back up, I took a couple more trades in this area of 244. So I got myself a small green trade over here. And the only reason I got in and out quick is because of that, those conditions that I spotted before getting into the trade. So I'm happy to get in and out of that trade pretty quick. But this trade over here caught me in a few red trades. I was trying to let it grow into that further resistance. I really wanted that continuation, that bullish momentum and continuation that we look for, but it just wasn't giving it to me. And after it toyed around like this with those topping tails, that was about it for me, guys. I had it and needed to get over the 250 level. That's where I was trading it. So every time we crossed above that 250, I bought, and every time we closed below, I sold, and it got me into basically into the red almost, or pretty much flat. And I'll let you know the next one in here in a minute. But 281 was the major level. I wanted to see this thing get over that level, but I'm happy to get out of the way before this one continued further down. As we can see, this chart's all the way down here. So if I were still in that trade, of course, around that 250 level, which I was right around here, of course, I'd be suffering a 38% loss. So I'm very happy to cut that loss up here. Know that at that point, I told my members in Discord and team members that we're looking for a 281 level. We're looking for that close above that level, then $3, of course, $3.25 to get any continuation on this. And at that point, I was no longer trading this level. I'm waiting for the 281. So that was on AKAN. Gave a little bit of profit back on that one. Basically went flat. And then CNSP. Oh, CNSP. How dare you toy with my emotions, guys? This one was a painful one to trade this morning, I'll tell you. We got this, again, inconsistent volume, but hey, we got that white candle, that breakout volume over our key level, but the very next candle closed below, right? This red candle here closed right back below that 210 level. So right there, loss for me. Got back in here, and guess what? Another loss right here for me. And at that point, I had about enough of that level until we got over here, which we had, my personal rule is I'll attempt the same level, a maximum usually of 3 times before I throw in the towel. This was my 3rd attempt over here. I did anticipate this close over a little bit. I did buy on this candle, I won't lie. It was not a proper setup, but I was looking to hurry up and get in there and scalp this move. I had a hard stop set. I got myself a nice scalp, took profit into 225. It came back down. I actually added here with a hard stop and got stopped out on this nasty red. And so therefore, that was all she wrote for me. You can see CNSP after that is now, let's see, over here, further down from there. So again, happy to be out. If I was still in that trade, I'd be down at least about 12%, and I'd be suffering worse losses or further losses right there. So that's CNSP. Traded this one at that 210 level, giving it a shot. What I saw was this gap right here. If you measure that gap, 21%. Of course, we've got the 250 below that. So I was looking for about 10-15% I would have been happy with to take profit. So I was being a little on the stingy side. I didn't get what I was looking for. I took myself a loss, and I'm red on the day. Luckily, this little scalperoonie here got me back into closer to flat, but still, I'm red on the day. Very small size, keeping it tight. None of these entries were large size, and the reason for it is because, as you can see, none of these entries really looked like they were A+ entries, right? If anything, CNSP was really my favorite entry, but the problem was it started all the way down here at $1.47, so it was a cheapo, and anyone in chat knows how I feel about those cheapos. I'm not in love with trading those, and if I do, I greatly reduce my size, and that's what I did today. So guys, that's my red recap. CNSP, AKAN, and AKLI. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.